Have you ever wondered why the most painful love stories always feel the most real? Here's the truth nobody tells you. Sometimes what you call love is just addiction wearing a pretty face. Right now, somewhere out there, a man is staring at his phone, waiting for a message that will never come. He thinks she's special. He thinks what they have is different. He believes she's trapped in a loveless marriage, and he's her rescue, her freedom. But she's not texting. She's in bed next to her husband, and he's still convincing himself she'll leave one day. That man could be you. Maybe not today, maybe not yet. But if you've ever chased someone who couldn't fully choose you, you already know that silent ache. The waiting, the confusion, the guilt mixed with euphoria. You call it passion, but it's really withdrawal. You're not in love, you're hooked. And the worst part? Your brain can't tell the difference. It rewards you for every secret, every forbidden moment, every lie that feels like truth. You think you're building something real, but what's actually happening is far darker. A psychological loop that will take everything from you. In the next few minutes, we're going to break that illusion apart, piece by piece, and show you why falling for a married woman isn't romance. It's self-destruction disguised as destiny. What you're feeling isn't love. It's chemistry pretending to be destiny. Every time she texts you first, your brain lights up like Vegas at midnight. Every time she disappears, you spiral. Then, when she comes back, you breathe again, like an addict getting his next fix. That's not romance. That's neurological manipulation, and the drug dealer is your own mind. You think she's the reason you can't stop, but it's not her. It's the way your brain rewards the chase, the secrecy, the danger, the idea that you're living a forbidden story. It's dopamine and adrenaline dressed up as passion. Your body doesn't care about morality, it only cares about survival. And right now, it's surviving on the high of her attention. That's why you can't let go, even when you know it's wrong. It's why you check your phone 100 times a day, hoping she'll reach out. You call it love because that sounds noble. But the truth is, you're trapped inside a loop your own brain built, a pattern that gives you tiny doses of pleasure and massive doses of pain. The pain is what hooks you. The unpredictability is what enslaves you. Every time she gives you a stolen moment, your brain floods with the same chemicals gamblers feel when the slot machine hits. You keep pulling that lever, hoping for one more reward. You tell yourself the odds will change, that one day she'll finally leave him. But deep down, you already know the truth. You're not waiting for her, you're waiting for your next emotional hit. And the sickest part? She knows it too. Maybe not consciously, but she feels the power of being wanted and forbidden. The push and pull feeds her just like it feeds you. It's a dance of need and scarcity, and both of you are addicted to the thrill, not the connection. You confuse obsession for intimacy because the high feels real. But love doesn't live in secrecy. It doesn't demand lies, or guilt, or waiting in the dark. What you are in right now isn't a relationship. It's a chemical illusion that convinces you suffering means meaning. And as long as you keep mistaking chaos for connection, you'll keep mistaking addiction for love. Every man who falls for a married woman thinks his story is unique, but it never is. It always follows one of the same patterns. 4 different women, 4 different traps, same ending. You lose. Every time. The first one is the mirror. She doesn't want you. She wants the reflection of herself she sees in your eyes. You make her feel alive again, desired, young. She'll tell you she's never felt this way before, that you see her in a way her husband never could. And for a while, you'll believe it. You'll believe you're her awakening. But once she's recharged her ego, she'll vanish. You'll go from the man she can't stop thinking about to the mistake she can't afford to keep. You weren't her love story. You were her mirror, the proof that she's still wanted. Then there's the director. She's not addicted to love. She's addicted to chaos. She doesn't want peace. Peace feels boring. She wants the story, the secrecy, the danger, the constant emotional turbulence. She'll create drama out of thin air. One day she's leaving her husband. The next, she's too scared. Then she's crying about her kids. Then she's confessing her love to you. You'll think you're in a relationship. You're not. You're in her private movie. She writes the script. She plays the victim. And you play the role of the man who's always chasing closure. She'll never let you catch it, because if the story ends, so does the attention. The third one is the escapist. She'll make you believe you've won. She'll actually leave her husband, pack her bags, move in, swear she's finally free. And for a few weeks, you'll feel like the hero. But the moment the chaos fades, the magic dies. She doesn't know how to live without drama. She's not built for calm love. The same restlessness that made her cheat on him will make her drift from you. Soon, you'll see the signs, the distance, the criticism, the quiet resentment. And then, one day, she'll find another distraction, maybe another married man. Because she doesn't escape men, she escapes herself. And then comes the strategist, the most dangerous of them all. She never leaves. She never plans to. But she's mastered the art of keeping you right where she wants you, close enough to hope, far enough to never have you. A text here, a secret lunch there. Always promising, never delivering. She feeds you just enough affection to keep your addiction alive. You tell yourself she just needs time. You wait months, then years. You rearrange your entire life for a future that doesn't exist. She calls you her best friend, her safe space, her someday. But someday never comes. Because she doesn't want freedom. She wants control. And here's the truth every man learns too late. It doesn't matter which woman she is. The ending is always the same. She keeps her family, her reputation, her stability. You keep the guilt, the longing, and the silence. She gets to feel alive. You get to feel broken. And the worst part? You'll still call it love. At first, it feels like passion. Then it starts to rot you from the inside out. Slowly, quietly. You don't notice the decay until it's too late. You begin to lie more easily, to your friends, to yourself, to everyone who still believes you're the man you used to be. You learn how to smile while hiding everything. You start living two lives, just like her. And in the process, you lose both. What you call love becomes a performance. You play your part in the shadows, waiting for stolen hours, waiting for messages that never come, waiting for her to figure things out. Days turn into weeks, weeks into months. You tell yourself you're being patient, but really, you're being trained. Every time she pulls away, you panic. Every time she returns, you breathe again. It's a loop. Reward, withdrawal, reward again. That's not romance. That's psychological conditioning. You don't realize how much it's changing you. You start measuring your worth by her availability. You start needing her chaos to feel alive. You stop chasing peace because peace now feels empty. The silence that used to mean calm now feels like rejection. Your nervous system is addicted to uncertainty, and you confuse that adrenaline with love. And then, there's the moral damage, the kind you can't wash off. You get comfortable lying, comfortable hiding. You justify what you know is wrong because the truth would destroy the fantasy. You stop seeing lines. You stop caring about right or wrong because desire makes everything feel justified. You think you're different from her husband. You're not. You're just another man trapped in a story that's been written 1,000 times before. The longer it goes on, the smaller you become. Your confidence fades. Your peace disappears. You forget what normal even feels like. Every part of your life becomes a waiting room for something that will never happen. You stop living. You just wait. For her text. For her promise. For her to finally choose you. But she never does. And maybe the cruelest part of it all is this. Even if she did, it wouldn't save you. Because by then, you'll already be gone, hollowed out by the lies, the guilt, the illusion. You'll think you're fighting for love, but really, you're just trying to prove you didn't waste your soul on nothing. That's the trap, not just losing her, losing yourself. And by the time you see it, you're already too deep to remember who you were before she walked in. It always ends. Every story like this does. Maybe she stops calling. Maybe she says it's too hard. Maybe she disappears without a word. One day, you wake up, and the silence hits harder than any argument ever could. That's the moment it breaks. Not just the affair. You. You check your phone out of habit. Nothing. You stare at old messages like they're sacred texts, trying to find meaning in pixels. You replay every word she said, every promise she made. You wonder how something that felt so powerful could vanish overnight. But it didn't vanish. It was never real to begin with. She moves on. She goes back to her life, her husband, her home, her family dinners, her vacations. You go back to an empty apartment that smells like her perfume and guilt. You look in the mirror and barely recognize yourself. The man staring back at you isn't a lover. He's the ghost of someone who believed a lie for too long. That's when the shame sets in, not the kind that fades with time, the kind that sticks to your soul. You can't tell anyone what happened. You can't ask for comfort. You were the villain in someone else's story, the homewrecker, the secret, the man who helped someone destroy their own family. You thought you were the hero. You weren't. You were the accomplice. And then comes the crash, the emotional collapse that no one warns you about. It's not heartbreak, it's identity death. Everything that gave you purpose revolved around her. The waiting, the wanting, the chaos. When she's gone, there's nothing left to hold on to. You feel hollow, restless, ashamed. You don't miss her as much as you miss the version of yourself that existed when she wanted you. That's the real addiction. Not the woman, but who you were in her presence. The validation. The illusion that you mattered. When that disappears, you spiral. You can't focus. You can't sleep. You try to fill the void with distractions. Sex, work, alcohol, anything to feel again. But nothing works. Because what you lost wasn't love. It was your illusion of control. And here's the truth no one tells you. She's fine. Maybe even thriving. Her life goes on, mostly unchanged. She has her family, her safety net, her story to rewrite. You're left with the wreckage, the wasted years, the guilt, the bitter knowledge that you built your life on someone else's lies. You thought you were in love. But love doesn't vanish when it's inconvenient. Love doesn't need to hide. Love doesn't leave you hollow. What you had wasn't love. It was fantasy, perfectly engineered to destroy you. There's a moment after the crash, a silence so heavy it feels alive. It's the first time in months, maybe years, that you can finally hear yourself think. And what you hear isn't her voice anymore. It's yours. The part of you that's been whispering the truth all along. The part you kept ignoring. You start asking questions you were too afraid to ask. Why did I choose this? What was I trying to fix? Why did I trade my peace for someone else's chaos? And slowly, the answers cut deeper than the heartbreak ever did. You realize it was never really about her. It was about you. Because she wasn't your first addiction. She was just the one that finally exposed it. The need to be chosen. The fear of being alone. The craving for something that always feels just out of reach. Somewhere deep inside, you learned that love has to be earned. That affection only counts if it hurts. And so, when she offered you pain wrapped in passion, you mistook it for destiny. That's the real reckoning. Understanding that she didn't destroy you. She revealed you. She showed you the parts of yourself that were already broken. The ones you've been covering up with distraction and desire. You thought you were fighting for her. But what you were really fighting was your own emptiness. You start to see the pattern. Different faces. Same feeling. Every time you chase someone who can't truly choose you, it's not an accident. It's a repetition. A cycle your mind calls love, because chaos feels familiar. Maybe it mirrors how you grew up. Affection that had to be earned. Attention that disappeared when you needed it most. But here's the thing about pain. Once you understand it, it loses its power. You can't heal what you won't face. You can't move forward while pretending you were a victim of love. You weren't. You were a volunteer in your own destruction. And that realization, as brutal as it feels, is the beginning of freedom. You start to understand something essential. She didn't choose you, and maybe she never could. But you can still choose yourself. That's what this moment is. The point where the story shifts. Where you stop waiting for someone to save you and start saving yourself. Because the truth is, the only thing more painful than letting her go is holding on to the version of you that needed her in the first place. Healing doesn't start with forgiveness. It starts with distance. You can't heal in the same space that broke you. So you delete the messages. You block the number. You stop checking her social media. Not to punish her, to free yourself. Because every glimpse of her is another hit of the same drug you're trying to quit. At first, it feels like withdrawal. You'll reach for your phone without thinking. You'll feel that familiar ache, that quiet panic that she might forget you. But what's really happening isn't loss. It's detox. It's your brain recalibrating after months, maybe years, of emotional chaos. It feels like dying because a part of you is. The part that fed on illusions. The part that confused suffering with love. Day by day, the silence starts to feel different. At first it hurts, then it hums. Then, slowly, it starts to heal. You begin to remember who you were before her. A man with focus, ambition, self-respect. A man who didn't need permission to feel worthy. That version of you isn't gone. He's just been buried under guilt and addiction. And as you rebuild, you start learning what real love looks like. It's steady, it's open. It doesn't hide in shadows or thrive on pain. It's calm, not chaotic. It's simple, not easy. And it's honest. Real love doesn't demand you to lie or shrink or wait. It meets you in daylight and grows without fear. You start realizing something powerful. The man you were before this affair is gone. And that's a good thing, because now you understand your darkness. You've seen what you're capable of, the damage, the deceit, the weakness. But you've also seen your strength, the ability to face it, own it, and rise from it. Every day you rebuild, you reclaim another piece of your integrity. You stop needing validation from people who only feed your wounds. You start craving peace instead of chaos. That's the moment you know you're changing. When quiet feels like safety, not punishment. When love starts to look like truth, not adrenaline. What's waiting for you on the other side of this pain isn't her. It's freedom. It's clarity. It's the version of yourself who can finally choose better, because he finally believes he deserves better. In the end, this was never about her. It was about you, about the man who kept waiting, hoping, believing that forbidden love could somehow become real. But love built on lies isn't love. It's slow self-destruction disguised as passion. She doesn't get to define your worth. She doesn't get to decide when you're free. You do. Walking away isn't weakness. It's strength. It's choosing peace over chaos, truth over illusion. It's where you stop begging to be chosen and finally start choosing yourself. Because real love doesn't hide. It doesn't need secrets, guilt, or shadows. It stands in the light, honest, steady, whole. So stop replaying the story. Stop checking her page. Stop waiting for a text that will never fix what's already broken. You've learned the lesson. Now it's time to live it. This isn't the end of your story. It's the beginning of a stronger one. The moment you decide you're done mistaking pain for passion. If this message hit you, it means you're ready. Ready to rebuild. Ready to take your power back. Ready to live like a man who knows his worth. Thank you for watching. If this message hit you, don't just scroll away. Subscribe, dive deeper into our content, and start building the mindset that puts you back in control. And tell me in the comments, what part of this truth hit you the hardest?